Behind Closed Doors, the tragedy of the Haight family. Welcome to the Murder Mystery Vault. Today, we dive into a case that serves as a tragic reminder that crime offers no escape, only ruin. When control, anger, and desperation take over, the path chosen may destroy not just others, but the very soul of the perpetrator. This case stands as a harrowing reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked control and hidden turmoil. Before we dive into the details, I kindly invite you to subscribe to the channel. The Haight family was a close-knit household consisting of 8 members staying together in Utah. Michael Haight, the father, was seen as a disciplined and structured man who valued order and routine. Tausha, the mother, was warm and nurturing, often described as the glue that held the family together. She balanced her role as a mother with a vibrant personality, always ensuring her children felt supported. Their 5 children, Macy, Briley, twins Ammon and Sienna and Gavin, were lively and full of potential. Macy, the eldest, was known for her maturity and protective nature toward her younger siblings. Briley had an adventurous spirit, often exploring new hobbies with enthusiasm. Ammon and Sienna, as twins, shared a unique bond, constantly creating games and making each other laugh. Gavin, the youngest, was the heart of the family, always bringing joy with his playful demeanor. Gail Earle, Tausha's mother, was a steady presence in their lives, offering wisdom and unwavering support. She was deeply involved in her grandchildren's upbringing, serving as a source of strength for the entire family. Together, the Haight family radiated a mix of structure and spontaneity. They enjoyed spending time together, whether it was through family meals, movie nights, or outdoor adventures, creating memories filled with love and togetherness. And then came the morning that forever altered how people viewed their home. The morning of January 4th, 2023, began like any other for the quiet town of Enoch, Utah. Families prepared for their routines, children headed off to school, and neighbors exchanged greetings, unaware of the horror that had unfolded during the night. As the day progressed, calls and messages to Michael Haight and his family went unanswered. Tausha's family, especially her brother, grew increasingly concerned. It wasn't like Tausha to go silent for so long, particularly with her 5 children's schedules to manage. The unease deepened as friends and extended family also failed to get a response. By the afternoon, concern turned to alarm. Tausha's brother and a family friend decided to visit the Haight residence to check on them. They knocked on the door, but there was no answer. The house, eerily silent, showed no signs of activity. Fearing the worst, they entered the home. Inside, the entire Haight family was stone cold dead. Michael, his wife Tausha, their 5 children as well as Tausha's mother, Gail Earle, lay lifeless in different parts of the home. Police were immediately called to the scene. As first responders arrived, the grim reality of the situation began to sink in. Investigators combed through the house, trying to piece together the sequence of events. What transpired within these walls? What led to these tragic deaths? Why did it all unfold this way? Once the police arrived at the crime scene, they began by examining the physical evidence and any potential forensic material. The lack of forced entry indicated the perpetrator was someone within the household. But how could such a loving family harbor such darkness? Through evidence at the scene and insights into the family's recent history, the firearm used in the murders was found near Michael's body, with ballistics confirming it as the weapon involved. But could a loving family man commit such a heinous crime on his own family? Investigators shockingly determined that Michael Haight was indeed responsible for the tragic crime through evidence at the scene. The firearm used in the murders was found near Michael's body, with ballistics confirming it as the weapon involved. But why? Insights into the family's recent history provided further evidence previously unknown and showed deep rifts in the facade of this seemingly loving family. To understand why Michael Haight carried out such a horrific act, investigators began to delve deeply into his past. In 2020, Tauscher had filed a domestic violence report against Michael following an altercation with their daughter Macy. Michael had a serious problem with controlling and manipulative behaviour, which started becoming apparent in the weeks and months after this incident. Despite the initial investigation, no criminal charges were filed, leaving the family to endure further emotional strain. By early 2023, Michael's abuse had steadily escalated, creating an atmosphere of fear and isolation for Tauscher and their children. Interviews with family members revealed that Michael's temper worsened, and his need for control became increasingly suffocating. Family members described him as increasingly paranoid and unpredictable. 2 weeks before the killings, Tauscher had initiated divorce proceedings, leaving Michael furious and desperate. This decision pushed him over the edge, heightening his volatile behaviour. He began removing any influence from Tauscher's extended family, cutting them off entirely. Friends and family were systematically alienated, and the once tight-knit family grew distant. Tauscher's recent divorce filing and long-standing tensions in their relationship, highlighting Michael's growing sense of control slipping away. Michael's access to the gun, combined with the self-inflicted gunshot wound, pointed directly to him. The calculated manner of the crime, systematically moving through the house to ensure no one survived, suggested premeditation. Moreover, the absence of defensive injuries on Michael's body and the lack of any signs of an external assailant reinforced his role as the perpetrator. Collectively, these pieces of evidence left no doubt that Michael had committed the unthinkable act before taking his own life. As the police began piecing together the events that led to the killings, they turned to physical evidence and testimonies from those who knew the family well. Forensic analysts collected fingerprints, DNA, and other crucial evidence from the crime scene, while detectives worked tirelessly to gather a timeline of Michael's final days. Investigators scoured Michael's digital footprint, discovering disturbing searches and communications that foreshadowed his intentions. His online searches revealed a preoccupation with methods of killing, including the use of firearms and ways to manipulate situations to avoid suspicion. Additionally, financial records illuminated a sense of desperation. Michael was struggling to meet mounting debts, and his controlling behaviour stemmed from a deep-seated fear of losing his grip on the family and his life's stability. Through interviews with surviving family members, the investigators gathered a clearer picture of Michael's psychological state. His daughter, Macy, had repeatedly expressed her concerns to relatives and friends. Her journal entries documented instances of physical abuse, mental manipulation, and a growing unease about her father's escalating aggression. To fully understand Michael Haight's descent into violence, forensic psychologists were called in to assess the case. Their findings revealed that Michael exhibited characteristics consistent with severe emotional instability, coupled with a desperate need that spiraled out of control. His abusive tendencies were further fueled by financial pressures and his obsessive need to dominate his family. The psychological profiling suggested that Michael's actions were not impulsive but premeditated. The murder-suicide appeared to be an effort to eliminate anyone who threatened his power and control: his wife, children, and even Tasha's mother, who was a witness to his escalating abuse. The tragedy had a profound impact on the community. Enoch residents rallied together, creating memorials and support networks for survivors and other families affected by domestic violence. Local authorities were urged to reassess their approach to handling domestic abuse cases, leading to more stringent policies and intervention protocols. In the aftermath of the Haight family tragedy, awareness campaigns spread throughout Utah to raise awareness about domestic violence and the importance of intervention. The loss of the Haight family serves as a stark reminder of how unchecked abuse can lead to unspeakable acts of violence. Michael Haight's tragic end has left a mark on the town of Enoch, one that will be remembered for years to come. His final act, an attempt to erase the people who had once been his family, only underscored the devastating consequences of a life ruled by control and fear. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more compelling stories.